Hey.
When my strength don't finish, you be my remaining power. When my tears fall for pillow, you turn my night to morning light. Who be good like you? Who they love me true like you? When I fall, you raise me up, you still call me your own.
Now you do what? Bow. Hey, now you carry your girl from. But where is they feel it right there? Now you're great, like this. Now you do what? Hey, now you carry your girl. Okay.
2025 now testimony. 2020 switch now better days.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay, guys. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching us, and welcome again to the second very episode of Razzmatazz. This is our second episode. Now, the first episode has been a while, but trust me, life has been lifing. Everything has been wonderful. We don't want to say much. Life has been really lifing, and if you'd watched the first episode, you know that it's been like 2 months, if not more than 2 months. But we're grateful, we're here, and we're happy, and we're back on track. And we promise you from today, you're gonna be getting your weekly episode, weekly or bi-weekly. You're gonna be getting the episode of every thing that matters, but nothing that matters, and it is called Razzmatazz. And today, you know, the first one I had a young adults and 2 adults. Well, I'm young adults also, and we have another young adult here today that we're going to be having this episode with. Is my co-producer.
Yeah.
Yes, Hey, Kingsley, don't say. I don't want to hear just because. My producer, you all know, Kingsley, is being in the Air Force. I'm so grateful for the involvement that he's been through. Trust me, he is a changed person. And over here today, I have another co-producer. Look, we're going to have a lot of producers here because so many guests are going to be here that are going to be my producers. And today I have this wonderful man here with me today. His name is David. David, can you... Please, let me know.
My name is David Fapwanda.
Yes!
Young co-producer here. I'm glad to be on the show, Razzmatazz.
Beautiful!
Very grateful for the opportunity. So
that's so wonderful. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself, David? Just like you guys know, everything but nothing. We just want to chit chat. This is all about Razzmatazz. Nothing serious. It's just gonna be vibing, talking about life matters and anything that comes, uprising matters, anything that comes to mind, and it's nothing serious. So I just want to know, who's David though? Just let me know. Is my producer? We should all be darling. Like, this is a co-producer also, because whatever it is going on in this episode, if you need something to start up, hold this guy, this one here. Kingsley, don't worry, we got you covered. Alright, so who's David?
yes, thank you so much. David, just a guy. I do a lot of different things. So I'm doing photography, I do videography.
Oh,
I'm starting with this podcast, so this gets to be an opportunity.
You got
for
no
me
choice though.
To
You got no choice. I'm like, no, you got no good choice. You are gonna be stuck with me for a while. Yeah, so you do videography, you do photography. Are you into modeling, kind of pictures and stuff like that also?
I have thought about modeling, but never actually went forward with it. I'm also a former athlete, so I'm always in shape and keeping up with sports. So
okay, so if I need to put myself in shape, you're here for me also?
of course.
Oh, okay. So you see, I got a man with a lot of talent here today, guys. So, actually, this episode is gonna be talking. The last episode was about talking about how Kingsley was able to move from being just, trying to figure out life and where it was going to, and somehow we were thinking it was gonna take a while for him to go into the Air Force, and boom, it happened. So also here we have David today. So we're just gonna be talking about the older generation and the younger generation navigating life through trauma. So what for me, I don't want to be the first person. I don't know if you have anything to say right now, but I do. But what would you say navigating life, being a young graduate because you just finished school? There you
Thank
go.
God for that, yeah.
That's
Thank
a
God for that.
freshest graduate. He just finished and he's into IT, right? I
Yes.
think information technology.
Yeah, information systems concentrating in cybersecurity.
Wait. I want to give it again. All right. So, being a graduate right now, like a fresh graduate, what would you be thinking when we're saying navigating life? What would be your idea through college, and also now that you're in the labor market, like we call it in Nigeria? I don't know if it's the same thing here. What would you be thinking? What would be your way into navigating real life? Because now is the real life. College life was like razzmatazz. Like now is a real deal. So what would you be? And this is not us, like I always say, talking about unrealistic things or or books or motivational speakers. We're talking about day-to-day life, realistic activity. So what would you say to that? Being a fresh graduate, how has it been? How long ago have you graduated from college?
So I graduated May 2nd of 2026, so it's
Okay.
about 3 months now.
Oh, okay. So what's been going on?
Yeah.
How is life now? It's different.
Life is definitely different.
I
Like
know.
you said, college was just razzmatazz. basically.
Razzmatazz, I trust you.
I went under the impression of like, oh, this is kind of adult life. I worked in school. I was an
Oh.
official for most sports programs, and then I started doing photography as well while I was in college, and just played a lot of sports in the meantime. So I had a lot of time where I was learning how to manage life and manage time and relationships and
Right.
different things. But now, like having this 3-month period of no school and nothing like giving me structure,
Right.
I've definitely learned more about myself and trying to structure myself in a way that I can give myself that motivation that school used to give me, and then navigating like being back home permanently rather than I can go to school, or in the next few weeks I'm packing to go back to school. So
Whoa.
definitely been a journey.
Well, so being home, you know, we Nigerian moms, we could be a handful, and we know. We hear that all the time on social media. But now, what I really want to know is, how do you, now that you're home, you know, it's a different feel when you have to just stop by 2-3 days, pack your bags and go back. But how is it been now that you've been home? You said May?
Yes, May 2nd.
May 2nd, so we have about 3 months there. But how's it been at home now?
It's definitely been a journey. As she said it herself, like Nigerian moms can.
We are full. We know, we take it. We take our flour. Give us the apple. Yes, we take it.
Yes, my mom worked very hard for me, so one thing I do understand is I'm very blessed to be home and have a place to go to.
Nice.
But I do miss the independence of school. I used to be able to come home.
Guys, did you hear that word? Independence of school. Really?
Yes, I know it's kind of an oxymoron or contradictory because you're still. in
Okay,
school.
wait. Let me tell you something for real quick. No matter how old a child will be grown, you still, to me, you're still my baby. So I'm still that kind of mom where I'm like, what's the time? Where are you? Oh, David. Ah. So you're never gonna get off of that. So get used to that. Even me as a grown adult, sometimes my mom is still asking, why did you? I'm like, Mom, I'm a grown adult, but with a parent, don't worry, you'll be there soon. So you understand what we're doing.
Yeah.
You'll be there soon, so you won't understand it. Now you will probably won't understand it, but you will understand it better when you start having your own children. You feel you don't even want to sleep when they're not home. You want to know where you are, what's going on. It's not like we're overbearing. We just moms, Nigerian mom, anyways. So yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you on that. So yeah, you were saying, you know, you miss that independence in school.
Yes, it's a kind of ironic you said this because my mom probably said the same thing yesterday about like I'll always be your child, and even my own grandma is always like wondering why is mom not home from work and all these things. But it's definitely again.
We're talking about a grown woman, though, like over 60. You know, yeah. So mom is still. So you shouldn't bother yourself about it.
Yeah, seeing grandma do that to my mom kind of gives me like, all right, it's still.
But you'll be there soon too. Don't worry. You'll be there very soon, and then you will understand how it will feel when you have to be looking out, like out of the window. Where is he at? Where's she at? Yeah, it's a thing. So going by all of this now, looking ahead of you, what would you say as to the college life and the real life? Because college life was more like something motivating you daily. You have to go to class, you have to meet up your assignments, you have to, go to the gym or sport activities but now that it's the real world, like I would say, what would you say? How would you think that you would navigate the whole of this?
Well, one, the author and finisher of our faith, Jesus Christ, that's the beginning and the foundation. And another thing is being surrounded with good people who can help you, can ask questions, and have those different type of perspectives that will help you. Honestly, people who will push you too, and just accountability partners, because no man can do it on their own. No man's an island. And that's something, again, I've been learning. I've definitely been asking for help and asking for opportunities where I've been able to go around to, and just keep learning from people in different perspectives. Also listening to people and not wasting time, because
that's important.
One thing I have reflected, I have to not waste time. When someone tells me something, just kind of take it, process it, and then kind of move and make a decision from there.
Right. So this episode is, you see, I'm more of like the anchor of this episode, like asking questions. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling the vibe, like, I'm being what? African mom still. Don't mind me. But let's deviate a little bit. So I would say to our own world, that's what I said in the first episode, that the life now that they have technology, they have the mobile phones, they have TikTok, Instagram, and stuff like that. I would deviate a little bit to the recent happening in Nigeria for the streamer Pella and Jarvis. I looked at the whole scenario about their weddings, the way life had treated them both together, and I just sat down and I'm like, look, this tech world has really helped a lot of young adults. I don't know if that's relating with you, but I feel that we growing up didn't have that much opportunity. A lot of Nigerian family or a lot of older generations would have looked at the whole thing and said this was like cheating us.
Yeah.
That was like robbing us also of this opportunity that you guys have. Because trust me, you guys have a lot of opportunity. You guys have a lot of opportunities where you don't even have to leave the comfort of your house to do a lot of these things. Bella actually started from his house or thereabout, and it just started like on a normal kind of thing, and boom. And he's where he is right now. The same with Jarvis, so looking at the way you guys have been able to easily evolve into the society, it is a different way for us, because at our time, I said it in the last episode, there was no social media, there was no mobile phone, T-Mobile, all of those things doesn't exist until I think the early 90s, late 90s, 20s in Nigeria, where we started having Airtel and Etisalat. In fact, the first phone that came to us was I think Motorola or something, or Turaya actually. Turaya was what actually happened to us, and we're like, what? In fact, before you say Turaya, he's a business guy in Apapa, a client agent and stuff like that. So we really, and that's what I tell most of Nigerian parents or African parents, not just African parents, I want to say older generations of parents in the world, that we really need to live in these kids' worlds. Let me know you use kids. We really need to live in the younger generation world to be able to understand their kind of reasoning now, because raising up these kids, it's totally different from what we know. Now, we have a lot of traumas. They will tell us too that we have traumas. We if you ask them now, you see him do like this, he's enjoying it, like, yes, she's getting there. No, they will say that they have a lot of trauma, but trust me, we got way more traumas growing up, and which for me personally don't want to pass on to my kids, or don't want to pass on to any children around me. So we always want to let them understand that you can actually still navigate life on your own, apart from the trauma that you think you've been through. Am I correct?
Very correct. Yes.
Tell me when you say correct. Very correct.
Well, trauma should not define you, but it should definitely give you experience to grow strength and grow faith. A lot of the traumas that I've even been through myself, whether from family or from life in general, have been things I've gone through now, and I can look back and say, God brought me through that, or God taught me a lesson through that. And if you don't see things from that perspective and you don't change it that way, you'll be stuck in that trauma and let that define your life. So you'll look back and say, what happened to my life? But you didn't allow yourself to grow through that situation.
So going by what you just said, that means on the average, when you call on anybody, they will all talk to you about trauma. They will tell you they've had one trauma one way or the other. But, and I'm glad you said that it shouldn't define you. It should actually just teach you how to navigate life. So relating that to you, I'm going to talk about mine too. It has really helped me a lot. But relating to that, what you've said, how would you say that the trauma that you've been through is actually shaping or helping you navigate through the whole thing going on now? I know you're just starting anyway, so how would you say that it's helped you so far? Or give us an idea of, let me rephrase that, give us an idea of things that you've actually tried your hands on to navigate through the trauma that you've been through.
Okay, well, I mean, that's a loaded question because there's several things.
That's why we're here, Razzmatazz. We want to talk about everything but nothing. We're here, we all have time. Yeah, let's go.
Well,
it could not be details. Just give us an idea of what it is. I'm gonna talk about mine though.
Okay, of course. Let me think of some things I've gone through. I was just thinking in the past few months. So last semester, my graduating semester, I took 20 credits, which the max is like 18. So I had to get permission to do more. And part of that, I took an internship. I was working my normal job that I was working at the rec, and then I took 4 classes that were all like project classes or classes you needed. There were days where I didn't sleep. There were days where sometimes I forgot to eat. And you think like, okay, I've done all these things. The internship was with the healthcare company or a hospital in Southwest Florida and Fort Myers called Lee Health. So I'm thinking, okay, that's gonna go on my resume. It's gonna make me look good. Company's gonna hire me. I graduated. I've applied.
I told you, it's a different world.
And yes, the world is definitely different. I've done every single thing under the sun. I walked into the stores, like my family would say, like, I just go inside and give them your resume. They'll hire you. I've done everything. Lou's gone. They did not hire me. So I'm like, you definitely go home and you're like, what am I doing wrong? Like, what did I do? What did I spend school for? What did I do that internship for? And one thing now is just inspired me to do like, okay, in my downtime, what can I do while I'm not working? Because if I just sit here and do nothing, then I might be stuck and I won't build my opportunities. I actually even got an opportunity as a software engineer, which I never did software engineering before. I'm more on cybersecurity, so it's a little bit different. And I did that. It was 2 weeks of training, and that was in the past few weeks. I did 40 hours basically. No pay, no nothing.
No pay?
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
I got access to a lot of things, but it wasn't paid. So then I actually went to Citibank because it was Citibank, and I did 3 days. I built an application for them. It was me and other like 30 students or former employees, and ultimately I didn't get chosen. So again, you sit there and like,
what did I do wrong?
Yeah, and then even some of the guys told me like, oh, your application was good. So I'm thinking, okay, my interview went well. They said I was a positive, I had a positive attitude. I can grow, I can learn. Thought they call on Tuesday, and it's like, oh no, like.
Oh, Tuesday.
Yeah. So.
Whoa.
It's definitely, again, it hasn't been easy. It reminds me to be grateful, though. I have a lot of things that I haven't learned, and even the opportunity with software engineering, I've learned things through it. That's why I would say I changed my perspective, because I had never done deployment with AWS and all these cloud software that are going on right now that I really knew. So this was my first time even doing any of this stuff, and now that I've seen it, I could definitely use it to do something else. Right. But I wouldn't have known if I never took this opportunity. So
wonderful.
I'm grateful.
That's it. You see, that's what I tell a lot of us, that sometimes life, the way you guys say life is lifing. Mm-hmm. Yes. So that is you actually seeing life lifing. And then you're seeing that I tick all the boxes. What is wrong? I did everything right. What is going wrong? And for me, as a believer and a faith strong person, I might not be strong enough, but I always believe that everything happens for a purpose. It happens for a reason. So I didn't even know that. I'm hearing that and I'm like, whoa. So, and that's what an encouragement for every one of us listening to on this episode, that look, trust me, life is could be lifing, but it depends on what you're picking out of. When life was lifing, what can you pick out of it to be able to navigate through life itself? I don't know if I'm making sense. What you're able to pick out of when life is lifing, what are you able to pick out of that to be able to navigate life itself? Because a lot of things could happen and you'll be like, what you just told me about now taught me a lot of things about when I felt like, oh, biochemist, I was supposed to be a medical doctor, changed it to being a biochemist. And then when a lot of people come to the restaurant and they be like, wait, you said you did biochemistry, why are you cooking? I'm like, well, life is life here. But it comes to play. Every knowledge that I've gathered over the years still come to play. I've been to several TV stations, and when they're asking me questions, the way I navigate the questions and everything, the next question after the whole thing shut down and they say cut, the next question is, what did you read in college? What did you study? I'm like, biochemistry. Oh, that's why. You know, so nothing goes for nothing. And that's a good thing. You see, but during those 40 hours of training in 2 weeks, you would have learned stuff that you didn't learn in college. That's what I mean by college life is totally different from the real world. You get a lot of my friends and colleagues in school that they did biochemistry, they did microbiology, they worked in bank, in insurance company. I'm like, what microbiology are you looking for in money? Or what are you doing in the insurance company? But it is just like a process to actually navigating life itself. And with all of that being said today, the take home for me would be that on this episode, what I wanted to take out from this is whatever trauma we've been through in life, whatever thing we've been through growing up, either in college, high school, or anything, shouldn't define you. That's what David said. And I picked that. I'm going to hold it and post it on my story. You said, we shouldn't let trauma shouldn't actually define you. It should, I can't remember what you said it was. You said the trauma shouldn't define us. It should actually help us navigate through life. That's what it said. So that will be the takeaway from this episode. And in case you want to be our guest, just reach out to us. We're going to drop the link in the below. You can reach out to us, and definitely we'll be bringing our guest again up here with our producer here now. You're going to be getting the weekly and the weekly or the bi-weekly episode. And once again, we want to be grateful to you all for watching. Love, like, and subscribe and share with family members to enjoy all of this episode. And once again, myself here is Oluwani Sholasani. Of course, I have a restaurant in TFK African Restaurant in Tampa, Florida, and I'm sure you know about it. And this is my youngest graduate here that is an IT guy, is multi-talented. Is it multi? Is multi is few. Multi-talented guy. Whatever it is you're thinking of as to social media creations, IT, cybersecurity trainings, and the likes of it, Holden, that's your guy. And would you say your name again to them so we know that what would be your name again?
David Fapona is my name.
Okay.
I also add to the talents. I play instruments. I play the drums. I've done that for years. So
in case you want to sing also, or you want to compose, or you need a video, hold them to it. Thank you also very much. And until the next episode again, I will see you. We're saying bye and love you all and cheers. And don't forget, the name of this podcast is what? Razzmatazz. Everything but nothing. Bye and God bless you.
Bye.